Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to rock? Welcome to episode 22 of Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsies, where you get to watch an old heavy metal fan, me, reading an old heavy metal magazine, Kerrang, or drinking a cup of coffee. So what have you been listening to this week? I have been listening to, in fact, I'll go and get it. I've got a 5 CD box set. What's it? Riot. I've got both these. The official bootleg box set, 76 to 1980. Volume 1. Absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite bands, Riot. What have you been listening to? So, let's get on with this. Kerrang issue 22 from August 12th to August the 25th of 1982. 60 pence. Delivering the decibels. On the cover we have a man with lots of hair, Mr. Ian Gillan. So, as ever, I will try and do this in one go, try and keep the editing down to a minimum, and I will scan in a lot of the stuff so you can read. I will not scan photographs that I think might get me cancelled because of copyright considerations. So let's look at the, who's on the cover? Ian Gillan, and we have exclusive interview with Ian Gillan. We have Saxon, Steve Miller, Man of War, Anvil, Eloy, Mama's Boys, the Mama's Boys, Frank Marino, Status Quo, Rage, Uriah Heep, Twisted Sister. Plus, who's Eddie Clark with now? Band, I think they mean, not a romantic partner. Now, here's the official heavy metal charts, especially compiled for Kerrang. So number 1 we have The Eye of the Tiger. Number 2, still Freebird, still in there. And last week's number 1, I think it was. Now number 3, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Albums still the same. Pictures at 11 by Robert Plant. Number 2, Screaming for Vengeance, Judas Priest. Number 3, The Wild Dogs. Sorry, The Rods. Wild Dogs. Of course, there's a band called Wild Dogs. Import albums, Frank Marino. It's a juggernaut. Great album, that, actually. Number 2, import albums, Too Fast for Love, Molly Crew. Full page advert for REO Speedwagon. And here we go. If I Were a Carpenter. Full interview with Gillan. Dante Bonuto talks exclusively to Ian Gillan and finds out why he wouldn't knock on wood if he didn't enjoy music anymore. Big interview. Even more pages of Ian Gillan. What does it say here? If a Deep Purple reunion did happen, it would have to be a totally spontaneous thing decided by the guys in the band. It's not something businessmen or record companies could put together, because then it would be garbage, rubbish. And that was said about 3 years before Deep Purple got back together. Donington details. Howard Johnson helps you dodge the dodgy stuff. Watch out for the brown acid. At Donington, 1982. You've got a picture disc coming, full page advert for Judas Priest. You got another thing coming. Mayhem. What's in Mayhem? I'll scan this in for you folks. Phil Collin has left Girl after 3 years. Ooh. Phil has had plenty of offers, in quotes, plenty of offers. Of course, he would be joining a very popular band not long after this. Anvil, currently deep in rehearsal, will be making their debut UK appearance at this year's Donington Festival. Gary Barton, there's Phil Collin there, scan that photograph in. Stampede now down to a 4-piece following the departure of 2 of their number to work with Bernie Tormey. US news from Hollywood. The new wave of British heavy metal bands are a bit lacking on the end bit, according to Ronnie James Dio. Bands like Saxon, Iron Maiden and Def Leppard aren't doing anything new with the music the little man with the big mouth contends in an American Pop magazine interview. Pop magazine interview. Who else have we got? Oh, a ton of stuff. Sharon Alton, Toronto. Good band, Toronto. I like them. Your daddy don't know, daddy. No. Nudge. Tour News Genesis going on tour. Didn't see that one. Hawkwind. Silverwing, the legendary Silverwing, who's sitting pretty single, as featured high in our singles charts, are actually leaving Macclesfield to play some dates in London. Marillion the Handsome Beasts. Praying Mantis, Chinatown. I don't think Chinatown ever played up in Scotland. Guitar Heroes, Paul Quinn. Now ex-Saxon. Buffalo Biff. Biff Byford. Him with the tight strides. Full interview. It looks like a Ford. Standing in front of a Ford. The Eye of the Tiger, Rock, Hard and Heavy from Survivor. Who do we have here? Oh, here we go. Pete Way, Filthy Phil, and JJ French. Yep. And at the bottom we have Robert Plant, Mick Jones, Jimmy Page and Steve Miller. Abracadabra. Gonna reach out and grab you. Eloy, another one. That was an advert. It was in last week's one as well, I think, Eloy. I think I had the album. Jimi Hendrix, full Hendrix advert. Well, that was for the Jimi Hendrix concerts. I must have got that around about the time this came out. Cuts. Here is a review of some albums we have. Tigers of Pantang, The Cage. I like that album, it's not commercial compared to their previous stuff. Fred Purser on guitar. Frank Marino, Juggernaut. Great album. Various artists, Still Crazy. Look at Rob Weir's moustache. Just brilliant. Billy Squire, Emotions in Motion. Pink Fairies live at the Roundhouse. City Kids, thank ya. Skinner, Gold and Platinum, the very best of. That's a good compilation. Eloy, Planets. Fleetwood Mac, Mirage. Not the best Fleetwood Mac album. Decent though. Billy Squire looking cool there. People try to touch him. Stroke him. Oh, you ready? Are you ready for this? Man of War. Look at those crazy Man of War chaps, eh? This was bad when they put red writing on a black background, eh? You couldn't read it. Everyone's scared. Record companies are scared, and so are radio stations. But at the top of the list are bands. They're the ones doing all the damage. According to Man of War. Black Rose, great band, Black Rose. This is Armed and Ready. Hopeful heavies to watch for. I will scan these in for you. I really like Black Rose. Sayaka. I was a guitar player. He went on to play in, what they call Mark Manning, Zodiac Mind What. Sinful, I don't remember them. Bob Chalmers, Alan Johnson, Gordon Johnson. From Nottingham. I'll scan those in for you. So Black Rose, Sayaka, Sinful. Contact. Let's not read out. Concerts. Who's getting reviewed live? Cheetah at the Venue in London. I think I played at the Venue in London. The Steve Miller Band at the Hammersmith Odeon. The Glitter Band. I think you were allowed to feature the Glitter Band, but not the lead singer. The Idle Flowers. I remember that name. Okay, so what's in a name? In a market as traditionally conservative as heavy metal, where anyone who dares step outside the accepted Bedenim norm risk instant crucifixion on a studied cross, the three-piece combo, the Idle Flowers, may be laying themselves open to whatever vicious outrage the public cares to mete out. which would be great. A great shame because they are very good. The Idle Flowers. Please do check them out. I don't know much about them, to be honest. Oh, here's a full Motorhead and Saxon at the Hackney Stadium. And another one at the Mildenhall Speedway. Of course, that's where the Stampede album comes from. Oh, look at this, a cool photograph. Graham Oliver playing the guitar above his head. So the Mildenhall Speedway, Saxon, Magnum, Samson, SOS, Angel Witch and Stampede. I'll scan that all in for you. Oh, and here we have a review from Washington DC, District of Columbia in the United States of America, Rainbow and Crocus and the Rods. That'd have been a good lineup. First to hit the stage are the lovable Lectures of Rods, who deliver half an hour of powerhouse or rock and roll. Next on are Crocus, who've been out on the road in America since March. The Swiss rockers are clearly building up a strong following in the US. And then Rainbow. The limelight is totally stolen by Richie though, and at the end of the show he looks all set to smash his axe. Broke his axe on stage. Anvil. Look away now if you don't want to see a man dressed in bondage gear. Love Anvil. EY. And the Mama's Boys again. Totally by accident I'm wearing a Mama's Boys t-shirt. I mean, I put it on deliberately this morning, but not because they were in here. Then we have the Hawkwind discography. And an interview with Tony Wilson, Chaz de Wally. Of course he was the engineer on the Friday Rock Show, Tony Wilson. Then we have Pictures of Matchstick Men by the Status Quo. Pictures of Matchstick Men, Matchstick Cats and Dogs. Frank Marino, very hairy chested Mr. Marino, with his Gibson SG. What a guitar player Frank Marino is. Actually, there's something else I was listening to. Mahogany Rush, I was listening to that as well. From the original master tapes, good. We have Pen Pals. Oh, a Pen Pal, there's a chap here playing a cool guitar, look at that. I'll scan that in for you, I won't put his name, don't want to embarrass anybody. Then we have, coming up next issue, exclusive Michael Schenker interview, Budgie, Tigers of Pantang, Magnum, and more of this man. And all the back issues, they must have sold out the first 4. We've only got these ones left. Rage, Dave Lloyd of Rage. Nice and dirty, Rage. And what's his name? Pete Golby from Uriah Heep. And here we are, we're on to the letters. Oh, and there's UFO on top of the pops. I think doing Lonely Heart maybe. Don't know. I will read out a couple of the shorter letters here, if I can find any. Here we go. Gary Potts, your letter in Kerrang number 19 was crap. AC/DC hardly use any special effects in their show, and if the tickets were £15.50, imagine if tickets were only £15.50 now. I still buy one. They are brilliant entertainers who keep on pounding throughout a gig. If Angus is not doing the dying fly, then he is on the drum kit mooning. Not Keith mooning, showing his bare bum. Either hell's bell is ringing or the cannons are going off. The fans pay more for entertainment as well as music, so don't say this band doesn't work hard. Here we go. Dear Zeppelin Smart Arse in Kerrang number 20. It just shows how smart you are because you're wrong about Jimmy Page's symbol. As it is Zofo, can you prove it? I hear you ask. Yes, I reply. Last August I waited outside this house in Windsor for 6 hours to meet him. When we saw him, that was one of the questions I asked, and he said it was Zofo. The Z, the Z, was a product of a doodle, yes, a doodle, drawn while on the telephone, and just took it from there. It just goes to show that you, Led Zeppelin smartass from Essex, are really the totally uneducated ignoramus. That was him told, and on the back we have Dee Snider. Look, Dee Snider and all his finery. Just his sister, eh? What brilliant, eh? There you go, folks. That was Kerrang issue 22. Two Ducks Quacking, is that what we say? Issue 22, from August the 12th to August the 25th of 1982. They were delivering the decibels with Mr. Ian Gillan on the front. As ever, folks, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Cheers for now.